Welcome back, Leatherneck Nation, into a brand new edition of Leatherneck Insider. My name is Aiden Ducey.
And I'm Marty Doyle. Let's check in with Levi Meyerhofer, who's with our newest Athlete of the Week.
Hey, Leatherneck fans. I'm Levi Meyerhofer here with this week's Athlete of the Week, Christian Pierce. Christian, how are we doing today?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for meeting with me. It's a big week here for Leatherneck football, the final game of the season. And coming into this year, coming from Delaware, this past week you had 14 tackles total, which I believe writes your career record, correct?
Yep.
And so can you tell me about the growth that you've seen in your game over your football career?
Coming from Delaware, I was a walk-on, so coming to Western, I had to get accumulated to actually getting in like game rep, game speed. You know, when you're in practice, it's a lot different than how it is in the game. So once I got adjusted and once I got like used to it, it's just simple, flip the switch and then boom, you're ready to play.
All right, on the football field is one thing, and in the weight room, but how else do you keep yourself keen and ready and sharp on or off the field and out of the weight room?
As you get older, your body's not as young as it used to be, so you start transitioning into watching more film. I would say that was a big part of my game, just watching more film, knowing what your opponent's going to do before they do. So that's what I would say.
And I know that you keep yourself sharp in the classroom as well, right?
Yeah, shout out to Professor Benzolt. She helped me get my 4.0 GPA, and yeah, shout out to them.
All right, entering the final game of the season here, you're a grad student here at Western. Tell us about a moment in your football career, either here at Western or before, back in your childhood, that really defines you as a player or as a person.
I want to say going back to my last game at Delaware with my twin brother, that was probably one of the most cool experiences I ever had. There was one point of the time on the field where it was me, him, and a few of my roommates. We was on the field at the same time, so that was pretty unique. And I just thought that was like pretty cool going and playing football with your friends.
That sounds awesome. Thank you for meeting with me today. Once again, Christian Pierce here. I'm Levi Meyerhofer with this week's Leatherneck Insider Athlete of the Week, and this is Off. Signing off.
Thanks, Levi, and congrats to Christian Pierce, this week's Athlete of the Week. The WIU volleyball team is preparing for their trip to the OVC tournament. The Leathernecks clinched a spot in the tournament on the 8th of November and have been off the whole week practicing for the tournament. The first matchup will take place on Sunday, November 24th, with the finals taking place on the 26th. Leatherneck Inside reporter Luke Little got a chance to speak with head coach Dale Starr about the upcoming OVC tournament.
WIU volleyball head coach Dale Starr led the Leathernecks to their best regular season since 2005 with 17 total wins. Starr shared what aspects of the game he wants his team to carry over into the OVC tournament.
Well, we currently are number one in the nation in digs per set and in total digs. So obviously that's a big part of our game. Defensive ability to transition that into offense is a big part of our game. But not making a ton of unforced errors. When it comes to tournament time, you got one shot at a team and that's it. There's no tomorrow. So.
Starr, in his first year here at WIU, finished the season with a 4-26 record. He shared what he's done to build a winning culture.
And teaching these kids to compete to win, we actually had to start that in the practice gym. We actually had to put them in competitive situations all the time to learn how to figure out a way to win. It's not ever one necessarily magic bullet to win. It's doing a lot of the little things correctly to equal a win.
Lastly, Starr shared his thoughts on the team and what they've done this year.
I mean, I just think that our team has done a tremendous job this year, all the way down to number 17 on our roster. It's every day they show up to practice, they play hard, they compete. Very few times have I ever had to get on them in practice about effort and energy and those types of things. We talk about the things that we can control, and that's energy, effort, and attitude. And those three things I think we've done a pretty good job of controlling this year. So I'm really pleased with where we are, and hopefully we got another couple weeks left with this group.
Reporting for Leatherneck Insider, I'm Luke Little.
Thank you, Luke. For more information on the tournament, check out ovcsports.com for the latest results and information.
Sticking with volleyball, star outside hitter Kiana Cruz's season has now hit the record books. Last week at Tennessee State, Kiana Cruz broke the all-time single-season kill record in WIU history, surpassing the previous record of 511. Leatherneck Insider reporter Caden Strenz caught up with Kiana to talk about her milestone.
Outside hitter Kiana Cruz recently broke the single-season kills record for WIU volleyball. She shared her thoughts on achieving this honor.
It's something that honestly I wasn't really made aware of getting close to until the last 5 games. So it was really cool when I realized that I had the opportunity to break this, especially seeing my growth from last year, because last year I had 100 less kills than this year, and we still have several games to go. So I thought that was pretty awesome.
Cruz shares what she's enjoyed the most about this season.
I absolutely love how much fight our team puts up. I think last year we had almost the same team because most of our starters are all seniors, and just the growth that we've had from last season to this season and able to make such a big difference in the volleyball program here.
Reporting for Leatherneck Insider, I'm Caden Strenz.
Congrats to Kiana for putting her name in the WOU record books. Stick around after the break. We got basketball here on Leatherneck Insider.
Taking me home, taking me home.
Here, I engineer the future.
Taking me home. Bring me back.
Here, I have countless opportunities.
Taking me home. Bring me back.
Here, I do research.
Right here at Western.
Welcome back into Slee Hall. Following Western's 54-45 loss, the team has one more game left in their 2024 season. My partner got a chance to speak with Leatherneck's wide receiver Damari Davis on how the season is coming to a close.
After Western's 54-45 loss to Southeast Missouri, I had the chance to talk with junior wide receiver Damari Davis about the message in the locker room was after that loss.
Just keep the camaraderie up, just keep the confidence building. Just want to take what we've accomplished and take the positives out of everything and ultimately come together for our last game, get a win here at home, and then set the tone for the offseason.
Davis suffered a finger injury during the season where he missed 3 weeks. Davis mentions how that injury was difficult for him.
It was hard. It was hard. I was trying to stay positive and, just reminding myself everything comes in a full circle. So eventually I'll have my opportunity again, and last week was that opportunity.
Davis talks about the opportunity for playing in such a dominant receiving room.
It's amazing, honestly, to be around such talent. Eli, Matt, those are my guys. We come in, we work hard every day. We put in the extra time.
In an interview I had with KJ Coleman of the secondary, he talks about how the receiving room is like a cheat code. Davis shares his reaction.
It's hard. They go against us so much. They know our tendencies. They know what we do in practice. They know what kind of plays we like to run. They play it honest, but it's still difficult. KJ's a really good player.
The Leathernecks play their last game of the season today against Gardner-Webb at 1. For Leatherneck Insider, I'm Aiden Dercine.
Damari and the Leathernecks play in their season finale today here in Macomb against Gardner-Webb at 1. Good luck, Leathernecks. WAU women's basketball has announced a new signee, Sydney Scrowboat from Grand Sudbury, Ontario. The team also has had a great start to their season with a record of 4-1. Leatherneck Insider reporter Kobe Blackmon has more with the story.
WAU women's basketball start their season 4-1 for the second season in a row. I got a chance to speak with head coach J.D. Gravina on his thoughts.
I think that every team's different, but this team definitely has a really good off-the-court bond. I think our Costa Rica trip was a little bit of a part of that, too. We had a really good time this summer, spending quality time together, both in basketball and off the court. So that really helped. And then just, having some kids that can score around the basket. I think there's a couple things that can be consistent, can travel in basketball. One is defense, one is rebounding, and then one is scoring around the basket. Your threes are going to be hit and miss, but when you can do that, that can add some consistency to your game. So I really like that about our team.
Head coach J.D. Gravina also talks about how Reagan McCowan continues to improve each day and is ready to learn.
And downs, whether that's with finishing, with footwork, and she comes in gym and ready to focus on those, ready to work. But, she's got an athleticism that you just don't really see at this level, and it even shows out on games against Power 4 teams like Missouri.
Head coach J.D. Gravina is also excited about new signee Sydney Scrowboat and what she can bring to the team in the future.
Yeah, I'm excited about Sydney. I mean, she has a great combination of size and athleticism. I mean, a 6'1" kid that can really move. She can step out and shoot it, has some athleticism finishing around the rim. So kind of a little bit of a random recruit. You know, we had a random connection to her, but nice to get an international player, especially from Canada. She played on the top AU team out of Canada, the Kia Nurse Elite team. So we're excited about her and ready to get her down to Macomb.
I'm Kobe Blackmon, report from Leatherneck Insider.
Thanks, Kobe. The team will head to Peoria tomorrow to take on Bradley. Tip-off is set for 2 p.m. Over on the men's side, it has been an up-and-down start for the Leathernecks on the court. My partner Marty Doyle got a chance to speak to forward Julius Rollins on the season thus far.
First-year Leatherneck Julius Rollins had a great start to the season, averaging just over 7 points per game on 37% three-point shooting. He has also seen a big minutes increase, which is one of the many reasons he chose Western.
Honestly, it's a blessing. The coaching staff, when I entered the portal, they instilled a lot of confidence in me and told me how good of a player I could be if I came here. So coming over is really just about trusting the process and just putting in whatever you put out, you get in. So I've just been trying to trust that.
Rollins has experienced some high-level college basketball, so he always stays prepared for the big moments.
Basically, it's just really experience. This is my 4th year, so I've kind of been in a lot of different situations. So it's just basically like just making sure I take my time and trust what the coaches are telling me and just execute whatever the game plan is.
Rollins also tells us about some of his favorite parts of the Western Illinois basketball program.
I like the culture. It's built on a lot of hard work, and it's just a small family kind of love. Like, everybody looks out for each other, so I just enjoy building the bonds with everybody.
Reporting for Leatherneck Insider, I'm Marty Doyle.
The Leathernecks head on a Thanksgiving week's trip to Mobile, Alabama to play South Alabama and Incarnate Word in the Jaguar Classic.
It's now time to welcome Caleb Age into the studio for this week's episode of the Upset Alert. Take it away, Caleb.
Thanks, guys, and welcome back to the Upset Alert. As always, I'm Caleb Mays, and today we're going to dive into the newly released AP Top 25 and who the biggest movers were. The Week 3 AP poll released on November 18th with some major shakeup. Let's start things off with the biggest movers, with Purdue shooting up 7 spots after a near wire-to-wire performance against number 2 ranked Alabama. After struggling early, Purdue has a textbook win and is now 4-1. Kentucky has absolutely rocketed up the polls, up 10 spots from number 19 to number 9. Mark Pope already has his first signature win, as his Wildcats squad was able to come back from down 10 to defeat number 6 ranked Duke in the Champions Classic. Arizona's a major faller, down 8 spots to number 17 after last week's biggest upset by far. Wisconsin defeated the Wildcats 103-88 in a game that featured 0 lead changes. That's right, 0 lead changes. 6-year grad transfer John Tanji had a historic performance in the win, scoring 41 on 8 for 14 shooting, including a downright absurd 21 of 22 free throw attempts. This win has Wisconsin ranked at number 19 in the AP poll with a 4-0 record and a quad 1 win already under their belt. That's all the time we have for today. The shakeup in the poll is just getting started, and we're in for yet another exciting road to March.
Thanks, Caleb. We're going to head into another quick break, but we will be back for more Leatherneck Insider.
Not W? It's not W, it's W. 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 That's what I've been stressing out about the most so far. It's saying W because I know it's something you're going to say right. Yeah, we've been there.
They're like, we're waiting on, what are we waiting on? They haven't said anything. So we're ready to go, we can start.
Hello everyone, I am Will Thomas.
And I'm Dane Mackley. Welcome to this week's edition of Leatherneck Insider.
Welcome back to Leatherneck Insider. Tuesday, December 3rd, people nationwide will partake in Giving Tuesday to donate to causes and organizations they are passionate about. For Leatherneck Athletics, the stakes are a bit higher this year. Thanks to various donors, contributions of all sizes to athletics on Giving Tuesday will help unlock more than $15,000 in matching gifts. As part of this initiative, WU Athletics is calling on alumni, fans, and friends to come together and make a difference. Regardless of size, every contribution will play a crucial role in unlocking the additional $15,000 in matching donations. These funds will directly benefit the Leatherneck student-athlete experience, including team-specific and departmental needs. Mark your calendars for Tuesday the 3rd or make your gift early. For more information, head to goleathernecks.com.
The WIU men's cross-country season ended on the 15th, and Leatherneck Inside reporter Nathaniel Rogers got to catch up with runner Logan Lommel on his trip to the regional and his final season as a Leatherneck.
I had the opportunity to speak with cross-country runner Logan Lommel on his record-setting final season as a Leatherneck. I first asked him what he feels that he's improved upon the most since starting his cross-country journey.
So I kind of came in not really knowing where this journey with cross-country and track would take me, because I wasn't much of a distance runner in high school, so I've kind of moved up in distance every year. So I've definitely improved just like how far I could run, how fast for how long, really just that aerobic engine and just the ability to run farther and faster than I ever thought was even possible for myself, and yeah, have fun doing it.
I then asked him how he felt at the NCAA Midwest Regionals, where he would place 122nd.
So regionals is pretty tough. I mean, you're up against the best of the best. Oklahoma State were national champions last year, and that's the type of athletes we're running against. So, just doing my best to represent Western well and, place high as possible, and same with my teammates. We're just doing our best.
I inquired about how he felt being named First Team All-Conference, being the first Leatherneck to do so since 2012.
Yeah, so it was always a goal of mine. The last 2 years I kind of struggled at the conference meet, but this year I was not only All-Conference, but I was in the mix to win. So I took third. I was with those couple guys right until the bitter end, and I scored as least amount of points I could for the team pretty much, and not just myself, but others that day did great on the men and women's side. So we were just pretty happy overall with the performance.
I then asked him about his favorite memories as a Leatherneck.
I mean, there's too many memories to count. We have all these kinds of inside jokes. A lot of times people think running is really hard, but in reality, a lot of the days we actually spend just kind of talking, jogging around town, and as we're recovering in between hard workouts. And so there's just hours and hours of conversations, jokes, and so it's just, yeah, every day is, a fun day to come to practice and, mess around with the guys.
I wanted to know if he had any advice for runners with a similar situation as himself.
Yeah, so the biggest thing is in distance running is consistency. So the more often that you're able to run, the better, as long as and then the other part is staying healthy. Because if you're able to put in more miles or more time on your feet than other people, and you're also able to stay healthy, then that kind of gives you as big of an advantage as you can have. Everybody starts off at different places, but giving your body enough time to recover, but then also doing, as much as you're capable of and kind of pushing those limits at the same time is what, every coach and athlete is trying to get out of, themselves when they're running.
Reporting for Leatherneck Insider, I'm Nathaniel Rogers.
Logan finished the regional at Peoria in 122nd place. Congratulations, Logan, on a great career.
Western Illinois softball has strengthened its 2025 signing class with the addition of 3 new position players. Head coach Lisa Goller welcomes 2 in-state recruits in Northern Illinois product Nat Pasiga and Southern Illinois product Maddie Hewells, while adding infielder Angie Ortiz from Chino, California to complete the talented trio. The Leathernecks open up their season February 8th at the Rosemont Dome. We'll be back for more content after the break here on Leatherneck Insider.
Your vision.
My goal is to work at a top 100 television station as a reporter, anchor, and a producer.
Our mission.
Thanks to Western, I have a resume that would beat out most students from the top journalism schools in the country.
This is Western Illinois University.
I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Western Illinois University. Our beginnings in 1902 focused on providing affordable teacher education training. We've changed with the times and excelled through the years. Today, Western is positioned for the next 100 years and beyond. Affordability of diverse academic programs, outstanding learning opportunities, and hands-on experiences provide excellent job placement for our graduates. This is Western, forever Western.
Welcome back, Leathernecks. The Macomb High basketball season is about to start. Last season, the Bombers won 25-6 overall and 4-1 in the Prairie Land Conference. The Bombers fell short in the conference tournament last year against Williamsville 36-32. Taking a look at their upcoming schedule to start the season, they'll hit the road to play against Bushnell Prairie City at the BPC Spartan Classic at 7:30 p.m. Then we'll have 3 straight games as the home team, first against Illini West on November 26, 7:30. Then they face Illini Bluffs the next day at 6 p.m. The Bombers will conclude the tournament against West Prairie on November 30th at 5 p.m. We want to wish the Bombers good luck to their season.
Now it's time for another edition of Kobe's Corner. Take it away, Kobe.
Welcome to the 11th segment of Kobe's Corner. I'm Kobe Blackmon, joined by my co-host Caleb Flores. And Caleb, we got a special one. We're going to be looking at some college football brackets, predictions. And Caleb, I'll let you start.
Thanks, Kobe. For my first 4, I have number 1, Ohio State, number 2, Texas, number 3, Miami, and number 4, Colorado. On the left side, I have number 8, Notre Dame, and number 9, Ole Miss, number 5, Oregon, and number 12, Boise State. All the way on the right, I have number 7, Indiana versus number 10, Alabama, and number 6, Penn State versus number 11, Georgia. Let's get down to the semifinals where things get interesting, the absolute best games of the year. On the left side, I have number 1, Ohio State versus number 5, Oregon. This is potentially a 3rd matchup of the season, which is kind of crazy to think about. I think this is a Ryan Day legacy game, and Will Howard will flash in the big moment. Give me Ohio State. On the right side, I have number 3, Miami versus number 10, Alabama. Give me Alabama. Bama's going to exploit that defense of Miami. And for the biggest game of the year, down in Georgia, the national championship, number 1, Ohio State versus number 10, Alabama. Give me the Ohio State Buckeyes. This is a rematch of the 2020 national championship game, an absolute revenge game, and I think Caleb Downs is going to have a homecoming. Give me the Ohio State Buckeyes in the national championship.
Yeah. Alabama making it to the chip without Nick Saban should be an interesting matchup. But as we take a look at mine, Notre Dame versus Alabama, I like Notre Dame there, and Ohio State versus Boise State, I like the upset. Give me Boise State, GT having the Heisman type of year. So as we keep moving on that left side, let's go Boise State versus Colorado. I like Boise State again, and Notre Dame versus Oregon. I like Oregon, but Oregon versus Boise State, I like the Ducks once again. And on the right side, Georgia versus Penn State. Give me Penn State. SMU versus Indiana. I'm rolling with Indiana here. Indiana versus Texas. I like Indiana once again. I think they're making it all the way to the chip for the first time. And Oregon versus Indiana. I like the Ducks 38-35. Dylan Gabriel has had a great season. I think Indiana will give a good fight, but ultimately the Ducks would win us all. That's going to wrap it up for this segment of Kobe's Corner. Have a great weekend, Macomb.
Thanks, Kobe and Caleb. Well, Marty, what stood out to you in Kobe's Corner?
Yeah, I like the picks. I think it's going to be a Big Ten versus SEC national championship.
I think I agree with you. Well, that's all the time we have today, but be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at InsiderWIU. For Leatherneck Insider, I'm Aiden Drecine.
And I'm Marty Doyle. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody.